This movie is on horizontal and vertical lines. Our first learning target, 6, I can write the equations of a horizontal and vertical line. And learning target 7, I can graph horizontal and vertical lines. So let's look at this. First, let's investigate. We have got a horizontal line. And what we're going to do is identify some points. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's point 0, 5. This is 2, 5. This is negative 3, 5. And if we just identify some points on this line, what do we notice? Negative 3, 5, 0, 5, 2, 5. And even if you found other points on this line, you would notice something. That 5 is constant. For a horizontal line, our y values are constant. So our equation is y equals 5. And you can see that it crosses 5 on our y-axis. So the equation is labeled with where it crosses on which axis. It crosses the y-axis, so the equation is y equals 5. Now, let's look at our slope. If we find slope by doing change in y over change in x, and I choose these two ordered pairs, my change in y is plus 0, my change in x is plus 3. So I get 0 over 3, and 0 over anything reduces to 0. So we have a slope of 0. Horizontal lines have a slope of 0 with an equation y equals a number. So let's write an equation for each of these lines. For A, where is it crossing the y-axis? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is y equals 5. For B, where is it crossing the y-axis? And the y-axis is there, x-axis is there, so it's at 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 4. So y equals negative 4. C, you'll see that C is right on the x-axis, and that's when y is 0. So C is y equals 0. D is at negative 1. So it's y equals negative 1. Each of these equations for a horizontal line has y equals a number. Vertical lines. Let's get some ordered pairs for this line. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 4, 2, 4, negative 3. Let's plot those or put those on our T-chart. 4, 2, 4, 0, 4, negative 3. And you'll see here that our x's are the same. Our slope is, here I subtracted 2 and here I added 0. So my change in y over change in x, I get an undefined line. Undefined because 0 is in the denominator. And when you have a fraction where 0 is in the denominator, it is undefined. Our equation is x equals 4. Not y equals 4, x equals 4. So let's write an equation for these lines. Here we have our y-axis, our x-axis. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is at x equals negative 6. This is at negative 2. So x equals negative 2. C is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So x equals 5. And D is at 1. So x equals 1. You'll notice all of our vertical lines have equations x equals a number. Therefore, horizontal lines always have the same y values. So horizontal lines have equations that look like y equals a number, and the slopes are 0. Vertical lines always have the same x value, so vertical lines have equations that look like x equals a number, and their slopes are undefined. Another way to remember that, I know Mrs. Banks showed you this, is Hoi-vux. Hoi-vux. Hoi stands for horizontal lines have a slope of 0 with y equals a number. Vux is vertical lines have an undefined slope with x equals the number. Hoi-vux is a good way to remember it. So pause the movie, graph y equals 4, and then press play when you're ready. Y equals a number. Well, way to remember that, I'm going to go on the y-axis at 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I know it's going to be a horizontal line because y is always 4. Doesn't matter what x is. So it's a horizontal line. Graph x equals negative 5. X is at negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't matter what y is. X is always negative 5. So it's going to be a vertical line. Y equals 0. We got y, we got x. At y equals 0, that is our x-axis. X equals 3. Pause the movie, graph it, press play when you're done. On the x-axis, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter what y is, but x is always 3. So it's a vertical line. Write the equation for this line. We can see it crosses the y-axis at 2. This is at 2. So our equation is y equals 2. Doesn't matter what x is on these ordered pairs, y is always 2. The equation for this line, it's crossing the x-axis. So it's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's x equals 5, because it doesn't matter what y is, the x's are always 5. Pause the movie, write your equation, press play when you're ready. This is y equals 0. Pause the movie, try it on your own, press play when you're ready. This is x equals 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's all for this movie. Thank you for watching.